Our live stream here. I'm meteorologist Corey Smith here with ABC 24, and we are going to talk about the latest forecast for your winter weather chances as we head into your Friday. Now you can see just to the right of me, a lot of pink shading on the map. We're going to talk about what has changed and any new information. The new information starts us off with a winter storm warning. That's going to be for the entire viewing area, all the Mid-South. It's going to be from tomorrow at 6 p.m. through Saturday morning at 6 a.m. And that's for the potential of multiple inches of snow. It looks like potentially 4 to 6 inches in some locations. And that means that traveling is going to be definitely on the difficult side. So let's time everything out, talk about the latest forecast, any trends that we've been seeing, and what we can expect as we head into the next 48 hours. First off, we're going to talk about what we're seeing as we look ahead. The winter storm, of course, moving in as we go late tomorrow night and into Friday. And it's looking right now, travel issues will be mainly here by Friday morning that we're looking at. And this is the overnight, not just around 9 a.m., probably around 2 o'clock or so where things really start to go downhill. Slick spots are going to be possible throughout the rest of the weekend, so plan to be off the roads, I would say Friday and even Saturday morning. Past that, we could see at least some clearing, at least on the major thoroughfares here across the Mid-South. Weather impact right now, Thursday night and into Friday here in Memphis. The impact is going to be 4 to 6 inches of wet snow. So this is going to be good snow for making snowballs and snowmen out there. Definitely different from that dry snow that we saw last January, if you remember that. So what you're going to need is to expect those travel issues. Also, just try to stay off the roads as we head into really late Thursday and into Friday, and even into Saturday morning. We could see some patchy, icy spots on the road. So try to enjoy some of this snow moving through. So let's talk about what we don't know right now. And this is a couple things that we're looking at with this storm. It's going to be the placement of the low, the rain-snow transition, and where the heavy snow band sets up. So we're going to talk about all these things and how this plays into our forecast as we go into tomorrow and into Saturday. So I want to show you first off what we're looking at. This is out towards the west. This is our storm system right now starting to get its act together. There's a little bit of a spin over Baja, California. In fact, you can see it. I'll take a little bit of a circle right here, and you can see right here we have a little bit of a spin, and that's our area of low pressure that's going to eventually turn into our winter storm, marked by that L that you see on your screen. Now notice all those purples and pinks, those are winter storm watches and warnings extending all the way out from Texas out to Tennessee, and we do have those winter weather or winter storm watches now extending all the way out to portions of the Carolinas. So this storm is expected to impact quite a bit of people, including us here in the Mid-South and really the Southeast. Our first widespread shot of winter weather in quite some time for some of us. Let's talk about temperatures, because when we typically talk about these systems, it's normally a battle between cold air mass and something a little bit warmer, but we already have that cold air in place. It's been in the 30s for the last couple of days for high temperatures, and that's been the case so far today and will remain the case as you go throughout the rest of the week. So temperatures are not going to be a huge issue at the surface. Now, we're going to talk a little bit more about that here soon. We'll take a look here closer to home, 32 currently in Memphis, right around 3:12 p.m. in the afternoon, 36 in Corinth, 30 in Covington, 35 in Tunica, and we're sitting at 34 in Clarksville. So definitely on the chilly side out there. It's been that way for the last couple days, and it's going to stay that way as you close out the week. So what we're tracking, we have high pressure over us right now. That's that cold air. And we're watching that low move out of Baja, California, eventually reforming over the Gulf of Mexico. This is going to send a lot of moisture up to the north. You can see on our forecast model all that precipitation potentially coming as some winter weather as it moves here through the Mid-South, because we have that cold air in place. As we go through late Thursday and into early Friday, that's when we're watching for that potential of snow here, Memphis, and really most of the Mid-South. Now, we're going to talk about where things have changed a little bit in this forecast, but you can see overall the bulk of the rain stays to our south, really once you get towards central Mississippi. So what we're looking at hour by hour, I'm going to show you two different models. This is our in-house graph model. So this is right around midday tomorrow, seeing some clouds starting to increase. Temperatures in the mid-30s. This model is a little bit colder with the system, and you're going to see it keeps things mostly snow for all of us for the entire duration of the event. So this is right around midnight going into your Friday morning. We're starting to see that steady snow move into the Mid-South, and that continues through the morning hours. Now notice here, rain trying to get in towards Clarksdale, and this is what we're watching for, some warmer air a little bit above the surface. That could transition this over to more of a sleet, maybe freezing rain mixture in portions of our southernmost counties. So this is in Mississippi. Here in Memphis, I expect this to be all snow as of right now. Right around 2 to 7 a.m., probably where we see our heaviest snow total, or snow accumulations, I should say, here in the region as the system continues to work off towards the east. As you get around 8 a.m., you can see still steady snow across most of the viewing area on this model. And then as we head towards the afternoon, we're starting to wind things down from the west to the east. I think around 3 to 4 p.m., we're starting to really quiet things down. Still very cold, and a lot of us seeing fluffy flakes on the ground. Let's talk about what's changed a little bit, and this is something that we're keeping an eye on. So we just talked about that potential, maybe some rain down near Clarksdale. Some models starting to shift this system north a little bit. So it's bringing that warmer air at the middle of the atmosphere a little bit further north. And that means the potential maybe more of a wintry mix, especially in our southernmost counties. Clarksdale, Oxford, you could see some of that. Tate, Tunica counties, Coahoma, really all where we're watching, and Lafayette, where we could see really most of those wintry mix impacts, which would lower the chance of seeing those higher snow totals. And I'm going to show you that right here. It's another model we call the NAM, and it's going to show a little bit of a different solution. So it's bringing in some mist, maybe some drizzle here on Thursday afternoon. I don't expect this. This model likes to overdo precipitation, but we're still cold, going to all snow as we get around midnight or so, so just like the other model. But notice that transition to what's likely going to be sleet and some freezing rain much further north than our other model. And this is something we're seeing on a trend with some of our guidance that we don't really show on air, but it goes into our forecast every day, is the potential that this is trending just north a little bit. So for our northern Mississippi counties, this could introduce maybe some lower snow totals. We're not changing the forecast quite yet, but expect maybe by the 9 and 10 p.m. tonight where we could potentially make some changes to the snow total map there, at least in Mississippi. As we go forward, this is midday, still some steady snow here across the Memphis metro, but introducing that chance of wintry mix in North Mississippi. And just like the other model, ending right around 4 to 5 p.m. Where we could see things starting to quiet down for us here across the Mid-South. So right now, snow totals remain unchanged. If you watch this morning, 3 to 6 now, though, in Clarksdale, 3 to 6 in Oxford. And this is where I think things could get cut down a little bit more. Maybe we could see 2 to 4, 1 to 3 if this trend continues, and we'll just mix that in with sleet and freezing rain. But as of right now, right along the I-40 corridor, so near the Memphis metro, just south, so if you're in DeSoto County, looks to be really the axis of where we're seeing the heaviest snow totals of 4 to 6, maybe some isolated places getting 7 inches of snow. Once you get north, the cutoff goes down to 3 to 5 inches for most of us, but still a pretty healthy snowfall here for the Mid-South, and enough to cause impacts out on the roadways. So right now, as the forecast holds here in Memphis, we're expecting 4 to 6 inches. On the high end, that could be 6 to 8 inches. But if this continues to trend north as we go tomorrow, maybe even more so than what we're seeing right now, the low end right now, 1 to 2 inches here in Memphis. That's not our forecast, so that's not what we're thinking, but that's really the range of things right now. And that 1 to 2 would include sleet, maybe some freezing rain. And that's a good thing right now, because it's mostly a snowfall forecast. We're not really looking at the chance of widespread power outages like we would maybe with a more icy forecast. So the winter summary, what we're looking at right now for the city of Memphis, is timing from 10 p.m. Thursday through 4 p.m. Friday. We're going to see that accumulating snow really start to ramp up right around midnight to 2 o'clock in the morning and last through about 7 o'clock in the morning on your Friday. And we're expecting 4 to 6 inches of snow. No mixing precipitation, at least in Memphis. Now, like we talked about in Mississippi, that could change a little bit. And of course, the road impacts are going to be pretty major out there. So try to stay off the roads if you can. But that doesn't mean don't get outside and enjoy that winter weather. You can see we got our ABC 24 Weather Watchers Facebook group. Scan that code, or you can search ABC 24 Weather Watchers. We absolutely want to see, first off, how much snow you got. So if you have a ruler, we'd love to see where you live and how much snow that you got. But also send in photos. We'd like to see you, maybe your family, out there enjoying some of that very nice winter weather that we are expecting here over the next couple days. But with that being said, that's going to cover everything right now. We're going to keep an eye on that trend with the models going forward. I think, like we said, in Memphis, things haven't really changed, at least with our snow totals. It's really Mississippi where we're watching for maybe a little bit of a change in the forecast there. Meteorologist Kit Thomas is in this evening. He's going to keep an eye on that forecast, and we'll probably have some changes for you guys in the 9 and 10 p.m. But for now, we're going to close things off.